All right, what's up? Welcome in, everybody. It's your boy Cat in the Hat and Waffles with your AFC Eastie boys, and this is your post-draft coverage. We had a pretty good weekend this past weekend with the NFL draft rolling around. Some teams had some good drafts, and some teams had some bad drafts. We're definitely gonna drop all of the AFC East info for you. We do got a few other people might be rolling throughout the day to give their thoughts on their team's draft as well. But all in all, I got to say the Dolphins had a pretty decent draft. I wasn't too excited about it at first, but I with a second look and a third look, like they did what they needed to do, and we're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. But some of the grades from the AFC East, like the Jets killed it. Not gonna lie, the Jets killed it. They got an A plus grade from PFF. Dolphins got a B. The oh boy, Dolphins got a B plus. The Patriots got a C plus, and the Bills got a B. The Bills completely moved out of the first round. Like they traded back a couple times out of the first round, which was kind of surprising. Um, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
wasn't sure why they would have done that.
I'm not sure either. I'm guessing like
They're like they're like we got our squad. We don't need any of these guys. We'll take some money and some extra picks later.
yeah, for sure. Um because they were like, we don't want nobody in the first round. What's up, Cap? Welcome in. Everybody in chat, welcome in. Make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in here. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We almost to that 500 subscriber mark, and when we get to that 500 subscriber mark, we got that nice little Mike Gesicki autograph photo going out to one of you lucky viewers out there. And then we'll be on our way to 1,000. And trust me, we'll get something worked up for you when we hit 1,000. We got the Discord running. If you know, you know. Go head over to the profile page, hit that Discord link, join the Discord if you have not already. Have a conversation with me or Waffles, and then that's how you can get panel access. But you will not be able to get panel access until we know that you're a real person and you're not going to come up here and act a fool like Ludacris. Ain't no time for Ludacris over here. Act a fool. Um,
Yeah, we don't want no problems.
problems. And then we also, if you check over in the profile page, there's another link there as well. It's called Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Make sure if you get some time, go check that out. If you're ever in the need of getting gifts for somebody, or you wanting to head to Walmart or a thrift store or something like that, like instead head over to Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Check out what he's got over there. He'll get it shipped right to your door in no time, and it's usually really good deals. So you're definitely going to be able to find something to scratch your itch. So, but without further ado, let's just jump right into it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, and since we started with the Bills, let's start with the Bills. Let's start with the Bills. So they moved completely out of the first round. They moved back twice. They ended up getting two picks in the second round, which they got T.J. Parker and Davison Igbinosun, a defensive end from Clemson and a quarterback out of Ohio State, to help that defense, because the defense really is where they needed the most work, right? Defense and wide receiver, in my opinion, for Buffalo. But they did kind of in the offseason scratch their itch with the wide receivers by picking up DJ Moore, which I thought was one hell of a pickup for them for sure. But then they didn't have any picks in the third round either. So they didn't have no picks in the first round or the third round. They picked three times in the fourth round, getting Jude Bowery, offensive tackle, and guard out of Boston College. So a versatile guy for them. Gives them a little bit of depth on the O line. Skylar Bell, wide receiver out of UConn. Not a bad pickup. Not going to be number one wide receiver, but definitely will be a good fit into that wide receiver room. I do imagine that he will be getting reps and getting usage, is like getting starts early as week 1. So good pickup for them
Well,
there.
Buffalo definitely needs somebody to stand out up there because they don't really have that standout player.
100%. Like I said, they went and picked up DJ Moore, but that's just one guy. Um, where I'm really surprised is like they didn't target any kind of other tight end in this draft. And they did restructure or extend Dawson Knox, but Dalton Kincaid is kind of out the door. So, but then let's see here. The 5th round, they had 2 picks in the 5th round. They got Jalen Kilgore, safety out of South Carolina. That's a good one. That's a good pickup right there in the safety position. That was a guy that I was hoping that the Dolphins would target in the 5th round, but we did not. And they also picked up defensive tackle Zane Durant from Penn State.
95% possible.
And then no picks in the 6th round. And they had 3 picks in the 7th round, getting Toriano Pride Jr., cornerback out of Missouri, Tommy Dahman Jr., punter from Florida, and Armaj, hopefully I'm saying that right, Armaj Reed Adams, a guard out of Texas A&M. So you could tell they went into this draft definitely realizing like, hey, we got to hit on the defense early. We got to get our defensive guys early and then fill in the other holes around there. I feel like they didn't do a good enough job with the offense as far as weapons go. I feel like they probably should have targeted another wide receiver or another tight end to help that offense, because to me right now what it looks like they're doing what the Green Bay Packers were doing to Aaron Rodgers and not giving him weapons.
Yeah, it's just like a Ferris wheel of different receivers, but they're all low level.
Yeah, no standout guys, no big names. You're expecting DJ Moore to go out there and get the job done, and now that you didn't really add a predominant name next to
A
him,
true veteran. Yeah.
he's gonna get shut down a lot. He's gonna get a lot of double coverage. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
because they're
tough.
going to know he's their guy, and he's going to get the double coverage, and he's going to get blocked up, and probably won't even, like, he'll look like a scrub.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills next year are gonna look like they have a bunch of wide receiver 2s on their team. So honestly, like, I can't give them a solid B. PFF gave them a B based on that, but me, like, my opinion, yeah, I'm not a Bills fan, but I am in the AFC East, and I do pay attention to their football, and I know kind of what they needed last year, and like they needed more weapons on the offense. Like, yes, the defense still needed some help for sure, but like Josh Allen can't win those games alone, and by the fact that they only went out in the draft and picked up 1 wide receiver, that's not enough. That's not enough, and not even a clear number 1. So I'm gonna give them a B minus on their draft, maybe even a C plus. What do you think, Waffles?
That sounds much more fair than what they've been a solid B, because like you said, if they really wanted to tackle this year, obviously they need to fill out that offense a little better with more weapons for Josh Allen to use, or maybe this is Josh Allen's last year as a Buffalo Bill.
You think so?
I'll start that rumor now.
Is this the last year for Josh Allen to be a Buffalo Bill? Go ahead and clip that. We gotta put that receipt in the pocket.
He's been there. He's been there since draft. What, 5, 6 years now?
I think
Give or take.
I think he's right there with Patrick Mahomes, if I believe. So that'd be what, 8 years?
Yeah. So okay. So 8 years, same team, almost there, not there, never made it.
Never made it. And last year was his
The
year
curse.
too, right?
Yeah. The curse of the Bills rescinding itself again.
So yeah, so let's dig into this a little bit, right? So it's like they have their new stadium coming this year. This has got to be the year they do it, right? So you're saying that if he don't do it, he could end up on another team next year.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so and
I
now,
mean,
all right, so let me ask you this. All right, so let me ask you this then. Do you think that that's going to come from Josh?
where would he fit?
No, do you think that's going to come from Josh Allen, or do you think that's going to be a team decision?
Ooh, it could come from Allen. Well, no, because Allen does have moderate amount of control over there. So I mean, he's a friendly guy, always smiling. He doesn't get angry very often. When he does, it's about the game. Almost like Brady used to.
Right.
But you don't see him hold it against the other players like Brady did. He didn't hold. Josh Allen doesn't hold everybody accountable. He just kind of gets mad at himself. So I think it'd be an organizational thing. Like all right, I think the Josh Allen
Experiment.
experiment has run its course. There's only, I mean, unless they are insane in Buffalo, because that is the definition of insanity, is to continue to do the same thing over and over again with the same results.
Right. Well, I mean, like we can go look at the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now, I mean, it's not exactly the same kind of situation because Ben actually won them some Super Bowls, but like they basically let him run his whole course out over there, even when he wasn't good. Like they put up with 2.5 bad seasons out of Ben Roethlisberger before finally like him retiring.
Yeah, that's true too. And it's very possible that like Buffalo could do that with Josh Allen, just keep him forever until, he's old and gray and useless.
Yeah. I mean, time will tell. We'll see. We'll see how this year plays out, right? Like we'll know by week
Yeah,
6 because like we said,
because
like
if you're Buffalo, you want to strike while the iron's hot.
and if
Get your best value for him if you're really going to do it.
100%, yeah, and because I could see it too. The organization's like, well, we switched our head coach last year. We let you pick the coach that you wanted, and you still couldn't get the job done. You still get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. It's like it's time to move on. So I could see it. I don't personally think it's going to happen. I think that he's going to be a Buffalo Bill for at least until like the last couple years of his career, and then he might go somewhere else. But I believe he's going to stay a Buffalo Bill for the foreseeable future. But I like that take. I do like that take, and it'd be cool if it actually happens because then he gets F out of our division.
Yes. On top of all of it.
On top of all of it. All right, so we head to New England. New England Patriots got graded a C plus from PFF for their draft in the 2026 NFL draft this year. Picked up 9 players. They had picked 28. They had picked 28 in round 1. Caleb Lemieux, offensive tackle out of Utah. Not one of the top offensive tackles on the board, but a good enough offensive tackle where he can come in and make a difference, right? Not a bad pick there. Could always use trenches. You can never go wrong with the trenches. And then in round 2, pick 55, they picked Gabe Jackass, edge out of Illinois. Another good pick there. Again, trenches, not exactly trenches, but like Sullivan said in his presser, most important positions in the draft are obviously your quarterback, and then those that protect your quarterback, so your offensive tackles, your guards, and then those that rush the quarterback, your edges. So They did a great job there, picking up a offensive tackle and an edge back to back, bam bam. And then in the third round, they picked up Eli Raridon, tight end out of Notre Dame. So, in my opinion, that's a pretty good pick for them because I do think that that's a need because they did like to use their tight ends last year, right? They were using their tight ends heavy. Hunter Henry, who was the other tight end they had, but they definitely like to use their tight ends. And Hunter Henry's getting a little older, and so is the other guy that they have as well. I cannot think of his name. Um, it'll come to me shortly. But those guys are getting a little older, so you definitely need to bring in some youth in that position. Eli Raridon, I'm not very familiar with his gameplay. If he's good at blocking or good at or pass catching tight end, but either way, good move there. You got two tight ends that are working their way out, so this will give you the option to not have to extend them next year, etc., etc. Good move in my opinion. Then they didn't have any picks in the fourth round. They went to the fifth round. They had a pick 171. They picked Karen Prunty, cornerback out of Wake Forest. Probably not a starting guy, probably a rotational guy. But either way, still need help in the cornerback area, especially since they lost a couple pieces in the offseason. In the sixth round, they had two picks. They had Demetrius Crownover, offensive tackle out of Texas A&M, and Namdi Obazar, linebacker out of TCU. Again, hitting the trenches, getting an offensive guy, depth piece. Probably not a starter, but more of a depth piece, rotational, developmental guy. Linebacker, can always use an extra linebacker, especially when it's late in the rounds like this, and you're taking a chance on him. He's either gonna hit or he's not. He's a developmental guy. Round 6, all these round 6 and round 7 guys, like, you're taking a chance on them. They could come out and be the next Tom Brady of their position, or they just could rotate through teams for the rest of their career. Round 7, Bayran Morton, quarterback out of Texas Tech, Jam Miller, running back out of Alabama, and then Quintavious Hutchins, an edge out of Boston College. So PFF gave them a C plus. I'm not sure why, because honestly, I feel like their first 5 picks really were good picks for them. They were all positions of need. They were important positions that add to the depth and add to longevity for what they're doing. Like, they want to continue building on what they started building on last year. But you can see here rounds, let's say the last 4 picks, I guess, were not that great. And that was probably because Mike Vrabel wasn't in the building anymore because he was going and getting counseling for cheating on his wife with Diana Rossini. So who knows? First 2 days were great, but that third day kind of was not so great. But I still give them a B. I mean, like, I give them a B because the first 5 positions, like, they nailed it with good picks in positions of need for them. They probably could have went out and got another weapon on offense, and maybe that's why they got a C plus, because they don't have any wide receivers on the board. Like, they didn't grab any wide receivers. And right now they're running with Romeo Dobbs, Stephon Diggs is gone. You got Mac Hollins, and then the aforementioned tight ends.
Don't forget they got Drake May.
Drake may or may not do well this year.
Exactly.
That's time will tell, right? Time will tell.
All the Patriots fans out there are riding that Drake May train, so they're going to be boasting their quarterback up. We made it all the way to the playoffs.
All the way to the Super Bowl. But can they do it again? especially after the recent news that's come out and surfaced between him and Diana Rossini.
It'll definitely stir some commotion.
See, because in my opinion, if you want my honest opinion, I think that was a two-way relationship right there. I think both parties were in that relationship for mutual reasons, right? She was doing it on her end because she's a reporter. It's her job to get the scoop, be the first on the scene, be the first to introduce news, right? So she's getting all
Right.
close and hanging out with him and doing things they probably shouldn't be doing to get information out of him. But if you look at her, she's an NFL analyst. So the same access she has to the Patriots organization, she has this to other organizations as well. So I won't be surprised if Mike Vrabel was doing the exact same thing and getting information out of her to benefit his
About
team,
other teams.
have an advantage over other teams that he's going to be playing against this year. And that could have been, maybe that's why they went from a 4-3 team to a 13-4 team. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see this year.
Sneaky.
We'll see this year. Welcome in. Welcome in.
What's up, dude? Good morning, gentlemen.
What's good, my guy? How you been?
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm doing well. I don't know if you guys heard, but they're saying possibly Sean Payton may be added to the Diana Rossini files.
Oh, really? Sean?
Yeah, bro. I've been reading about it on Twitter now. On X, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
They're
my
saying he
God.
may be possibly involved too, bro.
So she just going around the league, huh? She's like, I want info from you.
Hey,
I
Coach.
want info
I
from
need
you.
it from you,
Coach,
from
can I give
you.
you some advice?
I'm gonna definitely have to keep an eye on that as it develops. Definitely gonna have to keep an eye on that as it develops. But
Cat, I gotta say something, man.
I'm here.
Jacob Rodriguez, bro. Shit, bro. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice pickup there. He's definitely gonna help our defense for sure.
Dude, I am a huge Kyle Lewis fan. I watched him at Pitt. I am a huge Kyle Lewis fan. I think if utilized properly, and I emphasize if utilized because he's one of those players, he can be a star in the league. He has star potential. His pass coverage ability, bro, is special. Like, he was at the Senior Bowl, and they were doing one-on-ones. One-on-ones, bro. We know, like, in one-on-ones in open space, the offensive player has the advantage. We know this 10 out of 10 times. And he was over there picking off players in one-on-one routes, bro. That's, like, unheard of. I'm going to try and find the clips and send it to you. But, yeah, it's some impressive stuff, man. I personally, I thought you guys had a great draft. Could there have been there were some picks that, maybe I questioned, but I thought getting Bell. You guys got Chris Bell, right?
Yeah, Chris Bell.
I like him, bro. I like him.
In the third round, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I like him.
Since we're talking about it, might as well jump to the Dolphins. We're done with the Patriots anyways. Diana Rossini killed that. We might as well move to the Dolphins. At first glance, right, you look at this draft and you're like, man, these aren't a bunch of flashy names. Like, these aren't none of the names that if you were paying attention to any of the Dolphin podcasts, none of these names were really on any of our radars, to be honest. Like, some of us, yes, but, like, for the most part, there wasn't any of these names on the radar. So, like, that's why a lot of the Dolphin fans out there are super upset. They think it's a bad draft. It's like, it's not necessarily a bad draft if you look at it, right? Because it's just like, these just weren't the guys you were looking at. Same with me. I didn't look at any of these guys going into the draft. Like, none of these guys were on my radar. But looking at them, looking at their profiles, looking at how they play, looking at the versatility of them, it totally fits what Sully and Halfley have been talking about all offseason, wanting to get big, physical guys that are versatile to give them depth and versatility. So we start in round one, moving back with Dallas, which I thought was which was a steal in my opinion, because I thought that they probably either had Fano or Maui Noah on their list, and both of them were gone. So it's like, okay, now we can trade back and we can still get this list of guys. They traded back with Dallas, grabbed 2 extra 5th-round picks, basically for free, to get the guy that they wanted, Caden Proctor. I thought that was a good move. Caden Proctor, maybe not the guy I would have picked, but like considering his profile, his size, the fact that he can play any position, grade A pick, right? And then moving up to get Chris Johnson to give away those picks that we gave away to move up, like that I didn't understand. I feel like Chris Johnson may have been there, but then if you go and you listen to the presser afterwards, Sully had said like, hey,
Halfley wanted him.
Yeah, Halfley wanted him. Like Halfley wanted him for sure. Like that was Halfley's favorite guy. But they had also got word that other teams might have been wanting him as well. So they moved up to get their guy. All right, I can get over that. We still ended up with 13 total picks in this draft and going in with 11. So there you go with that, right? And then we picked up Jacob Rodriguez, pick 43, linebacker out of Texas Tech. He's going to come in. He's going to be a dog, versatile guy as well. So good pick there. That also hyped up Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks got super hyped about that. Another Red Raider. So, like, they're going to be familiar with each other. And that's another theme that I'm noticing here. Is, like, they're pairing people together. Like, people that have worked together. Like, they're trying to make everybody have some kind of comfortableness on this team. Because if you look at Malik Willis, there's a lot of people on this team that Malik Willis has played with. And now they've added 2 people that Jordan Brooks has played with. So, and I think that's going to be good as far as culture building. But anyways, let's keep moving. Caleb Douglas.
Can I give you a hot take, Cat in the Hat?
Let me hear
it. Real quick hot take.
Let me hear it.
Jacob Rodriguez will be the best linebacker the Dolphins have had since Zach Thomas.
I really hope so, man. I ain't even going to lie.
I think so.
Like,
I genuinely believe that.
Since
Zach
was a monster.
And ironically, where did Zach go to school, Cat?
No, he went to Texas Tech, yeah.
Full circle moment, dog. Full circle moment.
Yeah, and then we got another Red Raider, Caleb Douglas, wide receiver. This was quite a reach at the pick that they
was
got
questionable,
him.
Bro.
But he seemed to have been their favorite guy on the board, so we're just going to have to see how it plays out, right? I mean, in our wide receiver room, he could still easily come in and be wide receiver 1 for us. Like, we'll see how it goes. The Will Kazmarek guy, I really got to look into this guy, the tight end they got out of Ohio State. I got to do some digging on him, so I'm gonna start doing that this week, and check him out. But
you guys got Koziel?
Got what?
The kid from the tight end from Ohio State. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, Will Kazmarek or
yeah.
So from what I understand,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's a really good blocking tight end, especially in the run game.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Because at the end of the day, I believe we already have our pass catching tight ends. So we don't. That's what we needed. We needed a guy that
that's a dynamic that really changed. Cat, like AJ Barner from the Seahawks last year, his blocking ability, like I think that's what made these tight ends, you guys, what the Bears did with Sam Roush in the third, like they have Kmet and Loveland. They were like, why did they get a tight end? Like the Jaguars took Borkerker in the second round, that tight end from A&M. Like no one, like he was the biggest reach in probably the draft. That was a day 3 guy they took in the second round. But like in the NFL now, I think these guys are becoming more valuable. These blocking tight ends are starting to become more valuable. That's why we saw, like, blocking tight ends going a little higher than most people assumed.
Yeah.
Like, teams view those types of tight ends as value now.
No, and I've been seeing that for a while. Like, if you look back at some of these teams, like, you can insert the tight end and realize, like, man, it actually started happening when the tight end came in, because if we think about it, the tight end, honestly, other than the quarterback, could be the second most important position on the field because of the versatility and where you use them. You use them everywhere, right? Blocking, running, pass catching. Like, they can be used as a running back. Like, you could plug and play them anywhere in the offense pretty much, and like they secretly are way more valuable than most people have realized in the past. So we got that guy, and then we also got Chris Bell to round out round 3, wide receiver out of Louisville. Not a bad pick. The only problem with him is he does have the ACL injury, but he's coming off of it. He's been working through it. Says that they should be ready by training camp, so we'll see how that goes. But at the end of the day, like, we ended up grabbing 5 wide receivers altogether because we picked up 2 more UDFAs. And we actually have a quarterback coming to.
Who are the undrafted guys, Kat? Sorry for interrupting. Who are the undrafted guys you guys got?
Hold on. Let me bring the list back up. And it's not 100% guaranteed yet.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a list.
Caleb Douglas has big boom bust potential. He has big boom bust potential. That's the way I'd classify him. I think he's a development piece for sure. I like Kevin Coleman you guys got from Missouri in the 5th round. I like that pick.
Yeah, and yeah, so yeah.
They said they had what? Johnson and Douglas, they had the fastest times at the Senior Bowl. That's what they were talking about?
Oh, the Waffles League?
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, they broke it down. They said that Douglas and Johnson were like the top 5 fastest guys at the Senior Bowl. They were clocking in like at 19 miles an hour.
Man, that's good. So yeah, so round 4 we ended up grabbing Trey Moore, edge out of Texas, Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pitt, Michael, and then round 5, Michael Taffy out of Texas, Kevin Coleman.
That's another good pick.
Wide receiver, Missouri, and then hopefully I say this right, Seydou Traore, tight end out of Mississippi State. 6 and 7, we got DJ Campbell, guard out of Texas, and Max Llewellyn, edge out of Iowa. So all in all, 13 picks in the draft between Thursday to Saturday. A lot of positions of need were tackled. All in all, I mean, like I said, none of the names are flashy. None of the names were names that most of us were looking at pre-draft, but all good players in the positions that we need. Versatile guys, big guys, fast guys. I'm excited. I stick with that B+ that they gave us.
Body.
Now let me give you the list of the you wanted the list of the UFDAs or UDFAs. So right now, Mark Gronowski, quarterback, Anthony Hankerson, running back out of Oregon State, Le'Veon Moss, running back, Texas A&M, Donovan McCulley, wide receiver, Michigan, Romello Brinson, wide receiver, SMU, Mason Rygar, linebacker, Wisconsin, linebacker edge from Wisconsin, Renee Conga, defensive line, Louisville, Rodney McGraw, edge out of Western Michigan, Lewis Moore, safety out of Indiana, Jim Boniface, center out of Iowa State, and Kevin Klein, offensive tackle from Boston College. Are the current UDFAs. Now, that's not guaranteed that we're going to sign all of them. Those are just the guys that they probably have had contact with.
Did we sign a 6'5" guy from Michigan, a receiver?
From Michigan?
Thought I saw that last Thursday or Friday. Not Thursday, on Friday or Saturday.
Donovan McCulley. That's probably who you're thinking of. He's a wide receiver out of Michigan. He's one of the UDFAs. Now, I believe how that works is like we got to wait. The UDFAs basically is like I don't know exactly know how that works, to be honest. I think it might be a pick thing. Like hold on.
Well, from what I heard, the guy that we drafted in the 5th, the 2 5th rounders we got from Dallas was the receiver from Missouri and the tight end from Mississippi State, the UK guy.
Correct.
They're saying if the UK guy doesn't stick, that will end up getting compensatory or either practice squad compensation in return if it doesn't work out, something like that.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how the UDFAs work because I don't know if like it's first come first serve or like how that works.
Oh yeah, this week it'll be the same thing. They say we're six. They say out of the people that we drafted, the UDFAs and the free agents from the last offseason that we had the last couple of months, we're like 96 guys deep. Like we have to drop at least 6 guys before training camp starts. So we were going from no roster to having to make roster cuts before OTAs. That's a pretty good problem.
Yeah, that's definitely a pretty good problem. I mean, they did a really great job turning 11 picks into 13 picks in the draft, which is definitely something that we needed for sure. How do y'all feel about it? After
I feel like the players we drafted is more like the players we signed during the free agency period. You know, good talent, you know, can turn a corner. No big names, but need to prove themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, so I mean, people think that they are going against what they're telling us, but if you actually look at it, the players that they signed during free agency and drafted is going right along with their plan.
No, 100% versatility, big guys. Like I love it, culture guys. Like I was saying a minute ago. Like I feel like the way that they built this team, they've kind of given every single player like a buddy, a friend, like somebody that they've either worked with before or a reason to be friends. Like if you look at the Jordan Brooks with the 2 Red Raider players, you know what I'm saying? Like they went to the same college.
Guys, like yeah, they did them in pairs or 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, so they're already building camaraderie and helping build the culture there. And I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to start digging into the film and the notes of these guys. Waffles.
What are we screaming about?
What'd you say?
Wasn't we screaming about the Rodriguez guy from linebacker? What didn't everybody want him?
Yeah, I think that was like him and Kyle Lewis and Chris Bell were like the only names that I had heard prior to the draft, other than Caden Proctor. I heard Teron Armstead was hyping up Caden Proctor. He was his number one sneaky offensive lineman. Like Teron Armstead was hyping up him.
I'm about to get back to work, so I'll be listening in the background, or if you want, YouTube.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Waffles, where you at? Come up here and talk about the Jets. Where'd you go? I know he's a little busy at the moment. He had to take his wife to the doctor, so he might roll back in a minute. And I was gonna have Nick talk about his Panthers, but he came in talking about his Dolphins. Man, sounds like Nick wants to be a Dolphin fan to me secretly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, since Waffles ain't here to talk about his Jets, those are the only ones we got to go through and see how they did. They got an A+ from PFF, an A+. And in my opinion, I think they had a great draft, at least first day. They had a great first day draft. Drafted David Bailey, number 2 overall, edge out of Texas Tech. Great pick there. Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. Great pick for what they need. They definitely needed somebody like that. Although they got Mason Taylor last year. So now they have 2 tight ends. Happy Evelyn giving us some shit in the chat. Anyways, Omar Cooper Jr., another great pick. They moved up into the first round to get a third pick in the first round, grabbing Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana. And then D'Angelo Pons, cornerback out of Indiana. Again, another great pick in a position of need for them. Darrell Jackson Jr., defensive tackle out of Florida State. Cade Klubnik, they definitely needed a quarterback. And then Enes Cooper, guard out of Miami, and VJ Payne, safety out of Kansas State. So they definitely had a great draft, in my opinion. A lot of good names and positions of need that they needed, especially with the quarterback. Honestly, they needed a quarterback. You got Geno Smith going in there, like he's okay. He's definitely going to have better weapons this year. He's going to have a better opportunity to succeed this year than he did last year with the Raiders. Like, the Raiders weren't that great of a team. Like, yes, he threw a bunch of interceptions, but if you think about it, like, he didn't have a whole lot of great receivers to throw the ball to. Now he's going to have a bunch of great receivers to throw the ball to, and Garrett Wilson. Omar Cooper Jr. should come out and be a good target. Kenyon Sadiq. They already have Mason Taylor. You got Breece Hall. So, I mean, and they have a better offensive line than the Raiders, too. So, I do expect Geno Smith to have a better year this year. Am I saying that he's going to blow the doors off and have an MVP caliber season? No, but he could maybe do, like, comeback player of the year or something. He definitely is put in a position to where he could perform better, and they definitely helped him out in this draft for sure. I stick with PFF. They did give him an A+. I think it deserves it. And when Waffles comes back, I'll let him finish. But Nick, I want to hear about your Panthers, man. Your Panthers probably had the best draft of the NFL this past weekend. If not, it's up there in the top 3.
I say this with all like genuineness. I hope that Sully and Halfley do what Dan Morgan is doing for us, because, dude, when you know you have a good GM, it feels good. You know what I mean, man? Like you have faith in a GM. Like, our last GM was Scott Fitterer. He was a fucking terrorist, if you ask me. Just like, in my opinion, Chris Greer was a terrorist for y'all as your last GM. I don't think some
Horrible.
Dolphin fans liked him. I thought he was horrible, personally. That's just my personal opinion. But it's good to know that we, since Dan Morgan became our GM, he's provided stability for our franchise. And I hope the same goes for Sully and Halfley for you guys. I loved our draft. I mean, Dan Morgan didn't do nothing special, bro. I mean, he got. I've been telling Panther fans this; they don't like it, but it's just the honest truth. He got lucky, like players fell that were not supposed to be there on the board. Like Chris Brazzell was widely regarded as a late first, early to mid second rounder at worst, and we got him at 83, like steal. So it was a lot of not having to overthink. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you don't got to overthink that.
I wanted
you
him,
wanted
bro.
him? You wanted Brazzell?
That was when the run started. After Douglas, that's when the wide receiver run started. Well, no, the Giants got in front of us. That's when the wide receiver run started. Then Douglas fell. Then Brazzell. Then Hurst. Oh,
yep.
Man.
Yeah, there was a mean run. Yeah, you're right. There was a mean run of wide receivers in the 3rd round, yeah. And then we got Hecht in the 5th round. A guy who last year he played like 1,000 pass blocking snaps, did not allow a sack.
That's crazy.
Ultimate value in the 5th round, and then also in the 5th round we double back. We get Zakee Wheatley, who in his college career has played 2,100 snaps and not once given up a penalty.
Yeah,
to me, that signifies. Yeah, disciplined football. You know what I mean, bro? Like, disciplined football is.
He was one of the guys I was looking at for the Dolphins too, for sure, in the late rounds for the safeties. But
yeah.
And you got Monroe Freeling too. That's another good one. Which your 19th.
That was another guy who a lot of people didn't expect to fall. Dan Morgan said in the press, he was like, we didn't expect him to be there. So the fact that he was there was just a sheer miracle. He was BPA on our board at that point, so. Dan Morgan has slated. He's like, I'm going to go BPA. He's like, I'm just going to go best player available for team needs, and that's what he did. I mean, Freeland being there was a steal. The best left tackle in the draft at 19? Like, come on. It was a good draft. It was a good draft. We got to see what happens with the players now. You know what I mean? I thought we were one of the better drafts for sure, but I thought Cleveland had a better draft than us. I don't even think we had the best draft in our division. I thought Tampa had the best draft. To be honest, Tampa had an exceptional draft. But the Dolphins are up there, brother. The only thing with me I was shocked you guys passed on Caleb Downs, bro. Trading out of that 11. I was shocked.
There's got to be some.
I thought you guys were going to take him.
There had to be something there. There had to be something there that like we as fans don't get to see with Caleb Downs. Like there had to be something. Cause it makes no sense. Like we literally gave up Caleb Johnson to the Cowboys, or Caleb Downs. My bad.
I think, bro. I think one back is scratching the other, man. I really think they're gonna go after Brooks if they make a run. If the Cowboys make a run, I think they made a deal with Miami. They're like, yo, we'll look out for you. You look out for us later on, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Brooks is still in play with Dallas, man.
Oh, you talking about Jordan Brooks?
Yeah.
Like to trade him?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they wanted him. They didn't get him, but we doubled down on linebackers. We actually tripled down on linebackers. And they're all middle linebackers, too. And we still haven't signed Brooks yet. Like, I would like Brooks, but when the trade deadline comes, we're going to have depth at linebacker.
Well, I think now that we drafted the Red Raiders, things might change up a little bit. But now that we got Waffles back in the building,
I like it.
Now that we got Waffles back in the building, I want his thoughts on his Jets because I know he's a little busy today. He might have to dip out here shortly. So let's hear it, man. You want me to go through your list again?
Yeah, go ahead. Hit me with the names real quick. I know we got Sadiq. I know we got
Yeah. So
Bailey.
Yep.
Off rip with the second pick.
And then you moved back into the first round. You got
And
Omar
then,
Cooper Jr.
Omar Cooper Jr.
D'Angelo Pons.
was a really decent pickup, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that was good value at that spot. And then you got D'Angelo Pons in the second round, cornerback out of Indiana. Fourth round, you got Darrell Jackson Jr., defensive tackle, Florida State, and Cade Klubnik, quarterback from Clemson. Sixth round, Enes Cooper, guard out of Miami. And then seventh round, VJ Payne, safety out of Kansas State. And you were graded by PFF an A+.
Yeah, I saw that. From what I noticed, the pickups that we pulled and everything, we're setting up our defense for success again. We got our replacement for Sauce Gardner. We let Mechie go to make sure that we could get some more valuable spots. And I feel like we did a really good job in this draft. Aaron Glenn made some hard choices, but he got himself a nice little defense put together to go with his offense. He picked up a wide receiver to match with Garrett Wilson in speed and downfield threat. And they're both big boys. Like, we picked up a lot of big boys. You know what I mean? We got tall, heavy players. And I feel like that's exactly what the Jets needed. Big boys to get out there on the field and not necessarily just intimidate and overpower, but actually bring some mentality to that as well. With a bigger defensive line going out there, you're a little more resolute that you're going to be able to pull through.
Nice.
And make those stops.
Now let me ask you about your quarterback, right? Because right now, as it stands, you got Geno Smith most likely going to be rolling there as your QB1. But you did draft a guy, Cade Klubnik. Yeah. I don't expect him to get the starts in week 1. But let me ask you about Geno. Do you feel like now with these additions that they've adding them to the offense that already has a Garrett Wilson, a Breece Hall, and a Mason Taylor, as well as a Donnie Mitchell, do you feel like you can get a decent year out of Geno Smith? Not nothing like what you've seen last year with the Raiders, or do you think it might be similar? What are your thoughts there?
I feel like as they're giving him big guy targets to go out there and throw to. Guys that can go up and get the ball and be a deep threat. So as long as he can show some accuracy and hit his targets properly, they're going to go up and win the fight as far as hitting those balls. So it's a matter of whether or not he can be accurate enough to maintain what Aaron Glenn's trying to do now. And I personally think he will. He's going to step up. He's been saying a lot that he's happy to be back in New York. He wants to show what he's learned out in the league and kind of prove to us that he's capable of being our guy. And if he doesn't, we got to back up. You know what I mean? That we can test out and see what happens. So we're gonna roll with Geno.
Rolling with Geno. I think he's
For now. I think what the Jets are doing are very smart. The skill position room last year was considered a weakness. Now you get Garrett Wilson coming back. You have Adonai Mitchell who has good potential. You add Omar Cooper and Kenyon Sadiq.
That's too bad.
You have your tackle
anyways.
situation good with Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu. So like the Jets are doing some good things. I thought their first 5 picks were tremendous. They got David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, Cooper, and then you come back in the second and third and you get D'Angelo Pons and Darrell Jackson Jr.
Yeah,
fucking cook session, man.
It was nasty, bro. Like they were.
It's a cook session, and then you get VJ Payne in the 7th round, the safety from Kansas State. I love VJ Payne. I think he's a very good player. I think he can learn behind Minkah Fitzpatrick and take over that job next year, after this year.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that what they're doing is the Jets to me, it
he wasn't sleeping during the draft.
They're gearing up because Geno's your QB. They're gearing up to have another top 5 to 7 pick. You have 3 first round. They're going to get their quarterback next year, and then they're off to the races. The Jets at that point. It's funny. I was talking to my brother about this the other day, and we were talking about the draft, and we were like, "Yo, it's real funny how the Dolphins and the Jets are like the ones in the basement in the AFC East right now, but that could change in like 2 years, real quick." And it could swap from New England and Buffalo going to the bottom of the AFC East, and the Jets and the Dolphins will be at the top.
Yeah, because
real quickly that could happen.
Yeah, because actually just a little while ago.
Because
go ahead.
We were talking crap about Josh Allen and him possibly having to roll elsewhere if Buffalo can't do it. They've been trying for about 8 years and getting stopped all the way.
Yeah.
Might be time for a change, and that change could be a restructuring that would cause, Buffalo to sink below 50% possibly, and into the lower quarter.
The Bills are a major Josh Allen injury away from being a bottom 5 team in the NFL.
100%. And
to be honest,
and the fact that
they're not a well-rounded. To me, they're not a well-rounded football team. Like they're not. They don't have that good of a defense. They have a hellified offense.
But they didn't.
But like I just said, if Josh Allen gets hurt, they're cooked.
They didn't go get him any help in his draft either.
Yeah, they did not work very well for him. As far as bringing in outside
they did draft Skylar Bell, another receiver, in the 4th round, I think.
Yeah, but no tight end. And you have Skylar Bell going opposite of DJ Moore. So you got DJ Moore, James Cook, Dawson Knox, and Skylar Bell now. You do have Dalton Kincaid out there.
Don't forget Dalton Kincaid.
You do have Dalton Kincaid out there too, but I don't know. I just felt like they should have got him.
Khalil Shakir.
Okay, yeah. But I don't know. I don't think they have the weapons. I felt like they should have got more weapons for Josh Allen. But I could see the Khalil Shakir
too many
argument.
Undergrad receivers.
Yeah, in my opinion, they got a bunch of wide receivers.
Bunch of number 2s.
Yeah. But that's what the Dolphins got. I can't sit here and say that we don't have a bunch of wide receiver 2s, and we're gonna try and make it work. So, and I would say Josh Allen is a much better quarterback than. Look at that new hat he's got on. Josh Allen is a much better quarterback than Malik Willis. as it stands right now. Time will tell. Time will tell, because Josh Allen didn't start out his career so great either. So it took him a couple years to really get rolling and become great. But this is their year as Buffalo Bills. They got their new stadium. This is their year. They need to do it this year. Or maybe Waffles is onto something, and we might see Josh Allen rolling out of the building.
A decade is a long time to be unsuccessful.
Oh, for sure.
With flashes of success. Let me rephrase. Flashes of success.
But yeah, all in all, man, I mean, it was a great draft. It was fun. I'm excited for this year. I got a lot of work to do ahead of me. 13 drafted players I'm going to have to go and get some film on, do some film, take some notes, and then another maybe 11 UDFAs that I'm going to have to take a look through. So it's going to be a busy month for sure as far as
you ain't wrong.
Film goes. But we're going to be here for you. We're going to get it all for you. We're going to, like I said, we're going to get all the film, all the notes, and all the insights together for all of those players. So expect that in the next week or two. I'm gonna try and get somebody to get onto some Jets stuff too, like doing some notes and stuff, And we're gonna try and put it all together for you guys.
This guy.
So
the Jets fan.
So you grade. So I imagine you grade your Jets an A plus, or what?
I definitely give us an A on that draft. We filled out some spots that we were lackluster in, and also made some changes to pick up some extra weapons for our offense, which we definitely needed. Garrett Wilson's got a running mate now who's probably just as fast as him. So we might see a double target, 5 wide Hail Mary from Geno coming this season to a stadium near you.
And it's going to get intercepted by Chris Johnson. Yeah, and the Dolphins, again, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, like we may not have had the flashiest of draft as far as names go, but they stuck to their guns of what they've been pressing all offseason, that they want to build a culture. They want to get guys, developmental guys that can help build the locker room, big, physical, versatile guys, and that's what they went and did. They're not the flashy names that we were expecting, a lot of us were expecting, but they're names that are going to help build for the future. And I have confidence that most of these guys will be starters, to be honest. Like, y'all were 13 draft picks, probably got 5 or 6 starters. So I would say that's pretty good. So we got something good to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. And the Jets do too.
Yes, sir.
The Jets do too. Just like Nick from Tri-State was saying, it could easily, in the next couple of years, it could easily be flip-flopped in the AFC East. That's right. Easily.
And that's one of the things about being a Jets fan. Like, every season, we have to start with hope. Because if we ain't got hope, we lost already.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Because, like, it does come down to us fans, too, right? Like, we got to back our team.
Oh, 100%.
Especially now that
you don't back the team don't feel the love, they don't play so hard.
Exactly. Especially now that social media is so predominant in everybody's lives. Like,
yeah, you can literally tag your favorite player.
Yeah, before we could talk all the shit that we wanted about the team, and they would never even really hear it. They wouldn't know. They're just playing because it's their job, But now it's like they can see it, they can feel it. You don't think that we affect their gameplay and how hard they want to fight for this team? Think about that.
Absolutely. All the negative comments that some players get about their team, they don't want to be there no more. They're like, man, I'm getting a bad rap just because I'm not playing well. I got to do better.
I mean, we want them to do better, but it's like we don't want to run them off because we're just always so negative. Negative Nancy's and shit. Critique is one.
Some guys feel differently.
Critique is one thing, but there's some people out there that just like take it to a whole nother level, and that's why
Yes, you don't hate the person, you hate the game.
that's why I tried not to get on too much this weekend because I was really upset initially at this draft, and I was like not and like I was not happy with it. So I was like, let me wait, let me
Not happy with the performance of your Dolphin draft.
let me cool off before I just hop up in here and start saying stuff I don't mean.
Tearing people down.
No, I'm excited for it. We got like we said earlier, we got a whole bunch of people on this team that are on prove it 1 year prove it deals, and now these rookies kind of match that as well. So it's like we're all just got a reason to be happy, bro.
Absolutely.
Are you heading back to your house now?
No, I'm reparking the car so it's closer when she's done with her procedure. And I'm getting shade. Look at that. I'm so
Professional.
That's how we roll around here, man. Look at that. Think about the wifey. We got any announcements for anything coming up?
Epidural shot. Well, my wedding's coming up, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. Charlie's Choice Collectibles has been doing some sales for spring sales, getting rid of all kinds of sporting equipment like jerseys and basketballs and all kinds of different stuff. We had some Marlins stuff go out today. We had some Star Wars stuff actually go out today too. I've been doing a lot more reading, so I got a lot of books on there, as well as a lot of clothes, a lot of really cool designer clothes. We got some Young and Restless. I know people be liking that Young and Restless. I know I be. But no, the stuff looks good. It'll look good on you. Just pop on in. You can hit me up with a message, say you watch the stream. I'll even give you an extra 10% off. You just got to hit me with that message. Send me an offer.
And you can find that link in our
and it'll be yours.
And you can find that link in our profile page, Charlie's Choice Collectibles. You just head over to the profile page, hit the little extra links thing, scroll down, you'll see it at the bottom there. Hit it, check out the store, save it to your tab, save it to your home screen because you're gonna check it out often. It gets updated.
Oh yeah,
frequently.
A revolving door of new listings every week. There'll probably be a couple new listings here in about 4 hours too.
There you go. And then also in those links down there, you'll see the link to the Discord. If you have not already joined the AFC EastieBOYS Discord, I advise you to do so. It's a great place to be. We're building a community of football fans, all football fans, not just AFC East fans, all football fans where you can go. You could talk football, you could talk life, like get up here with the AFC EastieBOYS and talk, spit your opinions. It's also the place you want to be if you want to win any of our giveaways. That way we can get a hold of you so we can send the stuff out to you. We do all of that through Discord. So you are not officially entered unless you're in the Discord. Remember that. Like I said, easy to find it. Go to the profile page.
And if you don't want to, get anything from us or anything like that, and you just want to donate, hook us up with some stuff, feel free to check out the PayPal donation tab down in our links as well. We could always use a little extra support to help support you guys. Make these videos longer, more fun, more people, more topics, and at the same time, have a good time with us. Enjoy some time. Relax. Take that coffee a little extra dark today. Sip away. Take a sip. Relax. And enjoy the AFC EastieBOYS while we soothe your ears. with lovely sports stats.
Oh yeah, because this
Stuff that you're not going to get everywhere.
this upcoming season's going to be a fun one too. I'm gonna work on a few things. Maybe we'll get a
You already know.
maybe we'll have some fun and we'll play some games in some of these episodes that we have. So
I'm definitely working towards something. I have something cooking for Sunday nights for this season that I want to see if we can get going and make a potential weekly tradition. So we'll talk more about that in other episodes. Before I got to confirm it with my boy here, Cat in the Hat first.
yeah, he's throwing something on me, but I don't care. This is a partnership, right, bro? This is a channel for the fans. So if you think it is good for the fans and it's good for the fandom, I'm all for it. We'll definitely talk about it and get it rolling some more. We're gonna have our fantasy football going. We have official AFC Eastie Boys Fantasy League. This will be year 1. So if you want to join in, make sure you DM me or Waffles so that we can get you the link in the Discord. So again, you'll have to be in the Discord because the chat's going to be in the Discord. It's all going to be the Discord. We do the live draft every year. We'll do a live draft for that one as well. It's completely fun. If you're paying attention and you tune in, you might get to see who I plan on picking before I get to pick because I use my ESPN for the screen. So I don't really get to plan ahead.
He does, but we know what he's planning, so.
Exactly. Like last year, I ended up getting AJ Brown because I tried to switch it up and go onto my phone, and it was a bad experience.
Yeah,
it was a bad experience.
Mistakes were made. Let's just say.
But yeah, so Tuesday night
on that note.
Yeah, so Tuesday night.
Sorry, I'm gonna pump out so I can go take care of my girl.
All right, peace out, bro. Have a good day.
Much love, everybody.
Waffles out. Yeah, and I'm getting out of here too. I just want to finish it up saying Tuesday nights we'll have our fantasy talk. Our fantasy tune-up weekly will be on Tuesday nights. Of course, Monday mornings we'll have our Endzone to Endzone. And then we might have other various shows throughout the week. Obviously, there's probably will be some games that we live stream Thursday nights, Sunday mornings, maybe. Who knows? So yeah, if y'all have not already, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like on the way out, leave a comment if you're coming here afterwards or even before. Just drop it down, leave a comment, show some love to the channel, get us out there, get more eyes on us, because it's going to be a fun 2026 season, ladies and gentlemen. The Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the AFC East as a whole is looking pretty good. We have the opportunity to be the most competitive division in the league this year. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can look like the NFC West from last year. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
That's right. Well, all right, it's been fun, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, it's your boy Cat in the Hat. You saw your boy Waffles, AFC Eastie Boys, and we out.